Satellites work in space by following a few fundamental principles. Here's a simplified explanation of how satellites function. Launch and orbit. Satellites are launched into space using rockets. Once in space, they are placed in specific orbits around celestial bodies like the Earth. The chosen orbit depends on the satellite's intended purpose. Balanced forces. Satellites stay in their orbits due to the balance between two primary forces, gravity and centrifugal force. Gravity pulls the satellite toward the Earth, while centrifugal force pushes it outward due to its orbital speed. These forces are precisely balanced to keep the satellite in a stable orbit. Communication. Satellites act as relays between ground-based stations and other satellites. They receive signals from a ground station, amplify them, and transmit them back to another location on Earth or to other satellites. This communication allows us to transmit information across vast distances. Transponders. Satellites have transponders, which receive signals from Earth and retransmit them back to the ground. These signals can carry various types of data, such as television broadcasts, telephone calls, internet data, or scientific measurements. Power source. Satellites require a power source to operate their systems and equipment. Most satellites use solar panels to generate electricity. These panels convert sunlight into electrical energy, which is stored in batteries for use when the satellite is in the Earth's shadow, during eclipse periods. Onboard computers. Satellites have onboard computers that control their operations, manage data, and execute commands. These computers handle tasks such as maintaining the satellite's orientation, adjusting its orbit if necessary, and monitoring its health and performance. Payload. Satellites carry a payload, which is the equipment or instruments they are designed to carry out their specific mission. For example, communication satellites have transponders and antennas, while weather satellites have cameras and sensors to capture images and collect data about the Earth's atmosphere. Ground control. Satellite operations are managed and monitored from ground control centers. Engineers and operators at these centers communicate with the satellite, send commands, and receive data to ensure its proper functioning. They also track the satellite's orbit, manage its trajectory, and diagnose and troubleshoot any issues that may arise. Lifespan and disposal. Satellites have a limited lifespan due to factors like fuel constraints or technological obsolescence. Once a satellite completes its mission or reaches the end of its operational life, it may be decommissioned and either left in its orbit as space debris or maneuvered into a graveyard orbit to reduce the chances of collisions with active satellites. These are the basic principles behind how satellites work in space. The specifics may vary depending on the type of satellite and its mission objectives.